Eva, and welcome to my kitchen while we prep two amazing Lux but easy meals, high protein all the way, and keeping our body snatched and our budget intact. So, tonight I am talking about how we can put together two meals in this 1 hour video that we're about to do, making it so easy for you to keep on a nutritious pathway. Now, if you've been following this video, I have been working my butt off on trying to lose some weight. And now I don't have a lot of weight, but I have some goals that I want to hit. I want to get more stronger. I want to build some muscles. I want to define my muscles. So I have been definitely working my behind off on getting there. Now, I know what they say, go work out, it'll be okay. But let me explain to you, working out alone is not going to get you where you need. So I have been focused, ultra focused on making sure the nutrition matches the energy in the gym. Now I'm working out 5 days a week and it's hard still, I must say. Hey friend, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you. It is still hard. It is hard to get up and go there, but you know what? Dedication, discipline, motivation, all those good stuff is helping me get there every morning. However, what I've learned along the way though is that we absolutely need to make sure our nutrition is hitting. And if you are doing all the hard work in the gym and you're not putting in the work in the kitchen, in your stomach, in your tummy, then all that hard work is for naught. Not only is it for naught, it's actually you're working backwards. The research is out there that its nutrition is going to get you all the way to the goals that you need. So it's about 70 to 80% what we eat, and then the 20 to 30% that workout. And I'm telling you, ladies, gentlemen, all those who are joining me tonight, it is working. Like I am getting snatched, whatever word you want to use. I am getting it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling stronger. But I know that a big part of it is what I'm eating. And I'm enjoying, I already love cooking, but I am enjoying finding new ways to make sure I hit the goals that I'm looking for. Hi, Liam. Thanks for joining again. I appreciate that. Now, if you are someone who is working on a weight loss program or trying to lose weight, here's the one tip. Well, there'll be many in this video, but one tip that I am really believing is that trying to do high protein is going to be the way. Not only it's the way, it's actually easier if you really put all the other things together. So tonight, I'm going to show you how to do two super easy but absolutely flavorful and delicious meals that you can make with literally in two sheet pans. Yes, two sheet pans is what I'm going to be using to make these two meals. So the first one is going to be a shrimp fajita. Mm, so easy. And the reason I'm doing that one, shrimp is one of your big high protein masters. So if you're looking to hit those high protein meals, you want to definitely consider shrimp if you can eat shrimp. Now, me personally, for the month of August, I'm trying super hard to get really intentional and focused on protein and being, know what I'm eating. Now, I'm not going all out where I'm like, oh my God, I can't have that. So I'm not there. I probably will never be there because I love food too much. My husband will tell you, like, girl, you love food. But what I am doing is being intentional, right? So I have 3 meals, especially Monday through Friday in the week. I want to be intentional of those meals and I want to try to hit basically around 40 grams of protein in each meal. So that is a little bit for some people, but you can do this. You just have to be focused about it. And to be focused about it, you have to plan ahead. Like you cannot just get up and be like, "Oh, I'm going to have a high protein meal." Like this is for me, it's not secondhand. It's not second nature. I can't just go in the fridge and whip it up. So what I do is in the evening, I build and prepare my food for the night before. And normally I'll just have what I have for dinner. as leftovers, okay? Like, let's not make this easy. Let's not make this complicated. What you have for dinner, you can have for lunch, and you're covering your bases on two meals that, one, stretches the budget, two, allows you to hit those protein gains. Now, if you're working out and you're building muscles, protein, protein, protein. Like, if you're not doing that, then you're just slowing down all the things that you're working on. And who wants to work out for nothing? Like, I want to see results like immediately. I want to see how those things are working. And for me, it has been working, and I'm so excited to share with you. So the first one is going to be the shrimp fajita, because one serving of shrimp will give you about 23 grams of protein. And most of us are going to eat more than one serving. So, okay. And then the second one is going to be a Parmesan crusted, like I use Swahili, but I saw this recipe on someone's YouTube, and she used tilapia. I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to use Swahili. Swahili, is that how, or Swai? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Swai. But it's a white fish. And so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to mix it. I'm going to make mine a little different than hers, but it's going to be Parmesan crusted fish on a bed of roasted cauliflower. Now, y'all on the right channel, because this is called the Lux on a Budget channel. Lux on a budget. I'm not eating like dry chicken every night. If you've been on this channel for the last few weeks following me, you know my meals got to look like presentation at a restaurant. My meals got to be flavorful. My meals have to be, let's say, luxurious. So I am that bougie chick. We're gonna eat high protein, all right, but we're gonna make it bougie. We're gonna make it luxe. So tonight, let me show you how you can change that. But on top of it, I'm a working career woman. I got a husband, I got kids. So I'm not coming home to be in the kitchen for 6, 7 hours. So I'm showing you how to do this 2 meals in literally 1 hour. And I'm sure if I was doing this off live, not talking in a camera right now, I would probably be finished in 30 minutes. 2 meals. All right. So let's begin. I'm just going to jump in the comments real quick to make sure I am, you know, talking to those who are talking to me. I appreciate the love. Like, truly, I do. Thrifting Atlanta, thank you so much. Kyle and Jesus loves you, and my skin is glowing. Girl, thank you. I appreciate that. If you're a girl, if not, if same, if it's a guy. Um, Liam Chavez, stay strong. God bless you. And Edgar Bra, do you like sausage? I did actually last week cook a meal with sausage, high protein. Elena, thank you. Noah, thank you. From Egypt, appreciate it. And hit the like. Girl Dad Cooking, hey, I missed you last night. How's it going? Okay, so thank you for that. Let's jump in. So as I said, 2 meals we're doing. Um, and we're going to do this because it's high protein. Shrimp, we're going to start with the shrimp fajita. So what we will need, our oven for both of them. So I'm going to turn on my oven, and we're going to put that at, we're going to drop that to about 4, let's do 400. Let's see if you guys hear me. Whenever the phone rings, it kind of disrupts the live. So I'm hoping that you can hear me. Let me know in the comments if I'm back and you can hear me. But whenever the phone rings, it definitely will disrupt the live. And then I don't know if I have to start all over or if I just continue. So let's see. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. While you're doing that, I'm going to start getting some stuff. I just stopped at the supermarket on my way, and I have not pre-packed or pre-done anything because I want to show this as live as possible so that you guys know that, you know, what I'm doing here, you can do. So I did not prepare anything. Look, this is the kitchen. I'll turn it around so you can see, because somebody, you know, I have nothing, some cookies left over, but there is nothing going on. And I'm doing this live with you. Just, you know, you can count me down, make sure that you're seeing what I'm seeing. And that is, we're starting from scratch. Okay. Okay, so I think this is the shrimp. I went there today and shrimp is expensive right now. I don't know what was going on in the ocean these days, but shrimp was kind of expensive. So I got a pound, I think a pound and a half. The good thing is my husband doesn't eat shrimp. So it's just going to be myself and the kids having this. So I didn't have to buy as much, but I was really wondering what's going on. Why is the shrimp so expensive? Now, if this is the first time you're joining me, I move around my kitchen. I am because I'm showing you how to do this like if you were at your kitchen. But I have a mic, so you will hear me, but you may not sometimes see me in the frame. Don't jump off, just listen, right? Okay, so what I do have, one way to save money if you're going to buy shrimp is probably buy it with the shell on still, because then you just have to, shell it. So if you have not, I'm going to put this like this so that you can see what I'm doing. And this is the bag of shrimp, and I'm just going to do this with you, show you how quick and simple this can be, and then we're going to jump in. Remember, I'm going to do 2 meals for high protein, 2 high protein meals. My garbage is next to me, so I'm just going to put it in here like that. 2 high protein meals that I'm going to make in under an hour that's still going to look and taste amazing. Now, I have been doing these different meals, and it's fun to look them up. I've been using ChatGPT. I've been looking at other videos, and it's great to look these things up. The one thing I've found that I was just like, can't be me, is like when you do food prep, especially if you're someone trying to really get your nutrition in check, I find a lot of these recipes, are boring, like so boring. Like why? Why are we eating that chicken breast with some broccoli and the chicken breast looks super white still? Like, why are we doing that? Where's the flavor? Where's the seasoning? Why do we have to sacrifice one if we want to look amazing in our clothes? And so I have definitely found so many ways of still keeping my food flavorful, but also making sure that I am doing what I need to do when it comes to the high protein and stuff like that. And so I'm here to tell you, you do not have to give up your flavor because you're now on what we call a diet. And I don't consider this a diet. I consider this just more of a lifestyle. And the lifestyle, to be honest, is just being intentional. Like, you're going to go out to dinner, maybe look at the menu before you go so that you can see like, okay, I can have this, I can have this. So you don't feel under pressure when others are ordering, and that you start just ordering like, what the hell, this is my cheat day. There's no such thing as a cheat day. Just live your life, okay? You're not cheating anybody. You're cheating, just live your life, but just be intentional. And I feel like this weekend I went out to brunch, and I kind of stressed a little bit. And what I did exactly what I was saying. I went online the night before and I said, okay, here's what they have. And then I even had ChatGPT help me. I put a link of the restaurant's menu in ChatGPT. Oh my gosh, Zena is trying to get in. I got to go get her in a few seconds. But anyway, I put a link of the restaurant's menu in ChatGPT, and then I just put a prompt saying, hey, I'm focused on high protein meals with low calorie deficit. Which of these options are available to me? Something like that. And it was a pretty good breakdown of what to stay away from and what I can have. And trust me, I had enough options in there that I didn't feel stressed out at all. And I was happy about that. I enjoyed my food, and I didn't feel like I had to be on some stupid diet while I was doing that, So I would say you don't overthink it, but be intentional, if that makes sense. Don't overthink it, but be intentional. You're going to go out to dinner. Don't go there. Why? All right. And then for the first time realizing that they only have carbs. Okay, well, what can I do to switch that? What can I do to get, um, a different Zena? Zena? Sorry, my dog needed to be let in. What can I do to make sure that I have a good time and I'm not eating a salad? Like, I'm not telling anybody to run out there and just eat salads. Like, we're not. We're not. Dr. Jonathan, thank you so much. What's up, Doc? And John Burke, hi. Okay, so I went ahead and peeled the shell from the shrimp. And this is one way to save a little bit of money because I think when I went in, it was like $17.99 a pound if it was peeled already. And what I just did is, what I just ended up buying the one with the shell on it, and then I will just peel it. And you see how quick that was, right? It's nothing, it's not too much. Okay, I'm using a paper towel to kind of get some of this excess water off of this because you want it not to kind of saute in the um in the oven. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to season it. Now, if you have fajita seasoning, go ahead and use that, but I don't like using those types of seasoning because they tend to have a lot of salt and you can't control that. It's so annoying. So I end up doing my own thing. So fajita seasonings is going to be cumin powder. You want to have chili powder, obviously salt and pepper. You want to have some garlic powder, and we want to have some onion powder. Okay? And that's going to be your cumin seasoning. I mean, that's going to be your fajita seasoning right there. Okay. You said no seasoning. Dry the. Yes, the shrimp has to be dried. So that's what I'm doing right now. And just using a paper towel to kind of get all of that up because it won't cook right. I promise you, I've done this too many times where I was like, damn, in a rush. And I didn't take the time to just do this part. And it will make a big difference. Now you can also do this. I'm doing this in the oven, but you can do this in a skillet. But I want to just do a different type of process to show you just how easy this can be and less cleanup for people who are tired and who just listen, like, girl, just let me get my food in my stomach. Like, let's not make a production about this. It's a weekday meal. Okay? But weekday meals could be luxurious too. Don't let them fool you that you got to have a weekday meal and it got to look like, I'm sorry. It doesn't have to. I don't know what's going on with my thing here. Sorry. Let me switch this. Sorry. All right, I'm going to switch my. Okay, there we go. Don't let them fool you that weekday meals got to look and be, like afterthoughts. They could be luxe. They could be absolutely luxe as well. Okay? All right. So there we go. Just wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. So if you're just joining me, we're doing 2 high protein meals in an hour. And the first one is our shrimp fajita. I'm going to season this, and then I'm going to cut up my veggies. I'm going to season this so it can have a little more time to marinate. If you could do this the night before, the evening before, even better. But I just came from the supermarket, so I'm showing you how we are doing this. Quick. Remember our seasonings. We're going to get some cumin, some garlic powder, some onion powder. Lord, let me make sure I have some chili powder. Thank God. I have some chili powder here. Ground cumin. We have some salt and black pepper. Listen, just because we're doing the body right, do not get it twisted. I want flavor in my food. I'm not eating anything that looks like it's not cooked. I'm not eating anything that looks like, girl, where is the seasoning for this? I am only eating food that tastes amazing. And I am not subscribing to the thought that because we're going to be eating and doing our thing, that our food got to look like, ugh. So I'm going to put some salt in there. I know I could be a little heavy handed on salt sometimes, but that's why I'm not using the fajita seasoning because I get to control what I'm putting in and not putting in. Garlic powder. I mean, if you just put garlic powder and salt and pepper, I'm gonna give you a B plus. But ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper alone does not. It's just not considered seasoning in my world. It's just not. It's just not. So we're not gonna. Don't come here talking about just some salt and pepper. Like I'm just not gonna eat it. I promise you. I'm just like, I'm gonna put some of that in there. Definitely need chili powder. We're making basically our own fajita mix. And I'm eyeballing everything. Okay, just eyeball it. What else I missed in here? Did I put onion powder? I don't think I put onion powder. I'm gonna get that in there. And then I'm gonna put a splash of olive oil just to get it to bond a little bit. A little bit of healthy fat is not gonna hurt us. On this process that I'm doing with healthy high proteins, I am not shying away from carbs, okay? But I'm just being careful about how much I'm using, okay? If your food, when seasoned, you feel like you can eat it raw, then you've done something right. Okay? If it looks like, dang, you're gonna be a tasty little thing, then you know you've done it right. If it does not, then you did not do it right. That's the easiest way to do this. Hello from Poland. Oh, my brother is in Poland right now. Hello, thank you for joining. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of, which one is this? This is Flavor Mate. It's a garlic. Is this the garlic one? It's a lemon pepper. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of this thing. I like these. Has some little there are seasonings, but there's no salt in it. But I like them because the flecks or the little, they're thicker. I don't know. Since I'm not getting to marinate this in advance, I'm just gonna make sure it has everything it needs up in there. Okay, so that's done, and we're done here. I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm gonna keep my seasonings out because we're gonna probably need some of these for the second meal, but let's finish up the first meal. If you're just joining, we are talking about a high protein meal. If you're trying to lose weight at all, high protein, like get that together and then you would feel together, okay? Let's get some veggies. So I'm gonna have some red peppers. Keep it simple, weekday meal, but we still wanna look bougie. We still wanna eat like, things are great. So I'm going to grab, as I said, I just came back from the supermarket. Nothing is pre-planned, nothing is prepped out. Showing you just how quick and easy this is for us to do. Watching from Jamaica, okay. Jamaica, we are Caribbean home in here. So Jamaica, you get the love. I'm from Trinidad if you're hearing the accent. David says, I'm making him hungry. David, you could make this too. You're definitely good looking enough to get a white guy. Okay, Pablo, got that. But I'm married right now. How much cumin did you add to it? Laura, girl, I'm just adding by watching what I'm doing. I cannot tell you, but I would say if I were to put that was probably like a half a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon actually. That's like about a teaspoon. But I do a lot of this stuff by just eyeballing, and then you come back and you can reseason. In the Caribbean, there's a thing called reseasoning. You start cooking something, and then you may have to go in and reseason. It just means when you taste it, it doesn't taste all that, then you go in and you add more seasoning. And that's one of those things. Like we just kind of go with how it looks. So I'm trying to get the seeds off of this. I have a red pepper here. I should have brought, okay, I bought two. Okay. And so I'm just gonna, we're making fajitas. So, you know, you're gonna get the nice little long strips. And they're gonna, in the oven, they're going to kind of shrink up a little bit. So I'm just gonna cut them up like that, you know. But I might, this is a very tall pepper. So I'm just gonna cut it in half. Okay, there we go. And that's how you, what we call in the Caribbean also, you know, stretching your food. You know, you stretch it when you don't have a lot. Um, and so instead of having one or two pieces, everybody could have a little more. So turn it around like that and stretch. And that's, now we have one hole there. But I'm gonna do two because the whole point of a fajita is that sizzling. You know, you when you go to Chili's and they come out with that sizzling pot, and most of it is the veggies anyway. They chipping you on the steak and shrimp and all of that. Now you don't even have to go out there and get it. You make this at home. As I said, the shrimp without, like if it had been without the tails and all of that, was $14.99 a pound. And then I said, okay, that's a little ridiculous for shrimp, not even like the big colossal shrimp. So I ended up getting the ones with the tail on, and I just took those off just now. And you saw how quickly it took to take that off. Okay. And we're doing 2 meals in an hour. And these meals are going to make sure that it hits your high protein. You want to look for high protein. And the reason I'm doing high protein is that it's going to fill you up quicker and you're not going to feel as hungry. Okay. And when you don't feel as hungry, you're going to eat less calories. And when you eat less calories, especially if you're doing a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. It's just the math. The math is mathing. The math is mathing. And I'm telling you, it works. I wish I just had sat down and thought about this before, but I had not, which is all good. It's never too late to learn something, right? And so I'm just excess water, once again, trying to get that off of here. And that's our veggie. Well, this is part of our veggies. What questions do we have? Season with the heart. Brother studying. No, he's not studying. But hopefully he'll be home soon. I'm excited to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. Okay. Okay, so this is how we're doing it now. I love red onions. Love, love, love red onions. I just think, like, why are we cooking with white onions? I get it. You have to at times. Not every meal is going to call for red onions. But if you only have these two things, you got a fajita. So actually, I need to finish up the one I started yesterday. See? Before I go into that one. So, and I'm not wasting veggies. So I'm going to cut from here. My dog behind me is just waiting for something to drop. Just don't pay her any mind. She's just waiting, like, what's she going to drop for me today? What's on the menu? Because the moment we start cooking, she's in the kitchen just circling, like, you know, you would think she doesn't have food. You would think that this is, you know, she's being starved here. So I'm just cutting up these, and try to cut them as thin as possible, because since shrimp cooks pretty fast, you don't want the veggies not cooking at the same time. So when we cut these, you want to cut them as thin as possible so that the shrimp and the shrimp can cook along with it, because, you know, shrimp will be in and out. And that's why I picked this recipe tonight. I'm tired. I want to go to my bed early tonight. I want to get my sleep in. So I wanted to be able to do that. Additionally, I am trying to I won't be able to cook dinner tomorrow, so this might be one of the dinners, I'm going to take something to work, so we'll see how much is left over and stuff like that. My dog would intentionally try. uh, she's not that smart yet, but she definitely knows. When you think about cutting onions, boy, ooh. All right, I think that's enough, but my eyes are watering. And so there we go. All right, so I'm gonna just put this in the bag to save. Give me 2 seconds. Let me wipe my eye because it is watering from, that onions thing. The price of luxury. That's what I call this. Okay. Do you boil the shrimp in broth first? No, Gary, we're not doing that. We're going in the oven. Right now, my oven is set to 400. We're about to be finished right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add this all to the pan. This is a quick meal. And then I may add some more seasoning to make sure that the veggies have their seasoning too, because the shrimp has been on its own doing its thing. And so we're just adding. And this is what you're going to call definitely high protein. If you're trying to do less calories and stuff like that, you can eat this by itself without adding your tortillas. But since I'm cooking this for the kids and they're definitely not on a calorie deficit, dang. Shantina, we are cooking shrimp fajitas, but it's a high protein meal. So we're going to do that. You know what it's missing? Something green in here. And I don't have any green bell peppers, but it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more oil. This is olive oil. And I'm going to just top up a little more with some of my seasonings just because I want to make sure that my, not too much, but I want to make sure that the veggies get their just due as well in getting some of that fajita seasoning on it. Because you don't want just the veggies. You don't want just the shrimp having it. You want the whole thing. And this is so easy because it's like a one pot, one sheet pan kind of thing. Let's put a little bit of onion powder in here, even though we have a lot of onion. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of paprika. Just a little bit. Okay. And then, of course, black pepper. Yes, I have the cilantro, baby. Yes, of course. You can't have a fajita without cilantro. And of course, tell me what's the other thing I got to have in here. If you know, Gary, let me know. What is the other thing, or if anyone knows, you got to have in here? If we're going to go all the way and make this like that, what is the other thing that I need to be making sure I have? Anybody guessed it yet? Has anyone guessed it? Because if you know, you know. You know, you know. Okay, so, oregano. That's a good one. I should get some of that in there. Lime. Lime, baby, lime. You got to have some lime. I'm going to throw some oregano in there too, because you're right. That does give it another, we're leveling up the flavor. Okay, what time we at? We got to be on to the next meal already. Yep, I'm already doing this. Okay, we're about to jump in and do the next meal. Now, obviously, you can make this ahead, right? Let's say you did this the night before and then you come home and then you just pop this in the oven. That's what we're talking about. So I'm going to put a lime in here. Yo, boy, Coco. Hey, what's up? You're late tonight. You late. We almost finished the first meal. Okay. Oh. that lime. And then we're going to probably put some more after it's done. Ooh. Okay. So look what we got here. Okay. If it smells like you can eat it out of the pan, you did your job. If it smells and look like you can eat it out of your pan, you did your job. Shrimp looks like it was alive not long ago. We haven't cooked it yet, buddy. it's still there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just take one of my baking sheets. There we go. I'm actually going to, just so things don't stick. Where is my brush? There we go. So I'm just going to just do that. All right. Okay. Why high protein? What's my obsession on this? And let me explain why. What I've learned and what I'm going to you can obviously do your own research as well. Check me on it. I'm a lawyer, so I'm going to research the hell out of everything. But because I've been, starting to do some strength training, I was like, okay, I got that down. Oh my God, look at this thing. And you kind of want to make sure it is, the shrimp is not on top of each other. But that's it. Okay. We're going to do some garnishing once I'm done. But for now, this is what we have. What do you guys think? Almost a ceviche. Yes, exactly. If you do it the night before, you shouldn't put yes, it will cook the shrimp. You're absolutely right. Then it will become a ceviche. Yeah. So you definitely don't want to put lime in there. Okay, let's go. And then I'm gonna pop this in the oven. This is amazing. It smells amazing. And all I'm doing, remember 400, and we're putting it in there. And I just have to remember, or you guys have to remind me, go check your shrimp before it burns. Okay, why high protein? Well, because I'm doing the strength training in the morning, I do 30 minutes of weightlifting in the morning. We need our bodies to tear, the muscles are going to tear, and it needs to be repaired so that they become stronger. That's basically it. But protein is what allows us to do that. Protein is what allows us to eat and not feel hungry, and it will curb some of our cravings during the day. Protein allows us to become stronger. It allows us to get the nutrients we need. Now, you definitely need other things as well. But if you're not focused on how much protein you're taking in, like I know a lot of people, me, myself included, when I started doing this, I was just eating salads. Yes, healthy for you, but not going to give you the results you're looking at. And I've lost the weight so much quickly than I lost when I was doing this before that it's amazing. Now I'm adding additional things with it, right? As I said, 30 to 40 grams of protein each meal, working out 5 days a week, which is becoming tolerable. I don't love it. It's tolerable. And then I'm walking. My goal right now is to walk 15,000 steps a day. And so right now, 14,920. So even doing this with you guys, stepping up, 14,927. I need 15,000 for the day. And so we're going to get there, of course. All right. Next meal. As I said, this channel is about luxe on a budget. I do not like things that are, how can we say, like crappy. I don't like the most boring things in life. And I want to feel amazing. I want to feel like, you know what, even if I don't have all the money in the world, that my world is amazing, okay? And so my food has to also be like that, okay? So tonight we are making shrimp fajitas. And now I'm going to make a cauliflower crusted, we're going to make a parmesan crusted fish over a bed of cauliflower. So let me get the cauliflower out so that we can do that quickly as well. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to make that, high protein, because it's about to go down. Okay, so here goes my cilantro. I'm going to put that on the side for now. The one thing I got to do is cut up this thing, which I think is going to be the most work I do on this dish, cutting up cauliflower. Let me know in the comments if you are a cauliflower person, or have you had it before? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or you're just like, oh, it just looks unappealing, which has been my thing. Cauliflower just looks unappealing. I'm like, why is it? Look, this thing doesn't even look like fun, but we're about to make it fun. So, as I said, the most difficult part of this particular dish is going to be breaking up this cauliflower. So I'm going to throw all these things away, and then I'm going to cut the stalk down here so that I can get into breaking up and giving us pieces. Do we know if their cauliflower already comes like, can I get this in a way that I don't have to do all this work? I was looking for a bag where it's already freshly done for me. Remember, tonight is sheet pans. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on the side for a second. And we have our shrimp in there. Somebody remind me, guys, because I really don't want to burn that shrimp, because that shrimp is going to go down tonight. Actually, let me just put the sheet pan on the side for now. I mean, this is probably why people don't do cauliflower, because all of this is extra. It's like, come on. And I tried getting a bag that had already been done, but it did not have it. So this is the most work. Zena is eating cauliflower down there now. This is the most work, I promise you, on this dish. If you're able to find cauliflower where you don't have to do it, it already comes cut up, I would pay the extra. I know they want to charge an arm and leg for nonsense, but I would pay the extra because I kind of want to make sure I want to make sure they come off like little trees. There we go. They come off like little tree stumps. Okay, so there we go. So once you get the thing off, it's it's easier, but it's like, oh, okay. And then I'm going to use a bowl first because I want to season my cauliflower. If you hear the word season 1,000 times, it's because food that's not seasoned is not edible. I don't care how healthy it is for me. That's just how we go into this. If it's not seasoned, nobody's eating it. My kids or my husband. So I'm making them a little smaller, as you can see. And then we're just going to put them in here. Okay. And so just breaking these up. Okay. And then we're going to do the other side like that. Just trying to, I don't want it to be too, it's not cauliflower rice that I'm making. So I do want the integrity of the stalk to stay in there. And then we can just break it up a little bit. Okay. Let me know if you are someone, no one answered my question about whether or not they eat cauliflower. I didn't used to like it. I love broccoli, but now that I know how to cook it better, because normally cauliflower is not cooked nicely. People be doing the least with cauliflower, like the least. And I was like, oh, no wonder I didn't like it. But now that I've been experimenting with it, this is all garbage. I am not mad at it. but you got to do some work with it. You know, it is definitely a veggie that needs some work. Like it can't just be coming out on her own like that. You got to help her, you know? So I did 2 heads. Let me see. I think I'm going to need both heads. So I'm going to do the other head. Look at that, guys. 15,000 steps. I was talking to a friend today and she was like, that's impossible to do every day. And I was like, look, it's 7:17. The day's not even over. And I'm already at 15,000 steps. We can do this. I think we set up ourselves so quickly, myself included, to say no. Like originally, my goal was 10,000 feet, 10,000 steps. And then I realized I got to 10,000 steps like half day. And I was like, wait, what? Smash in the stalk, look it up to break, what? Like this? I'm gonna have to look that up, Miss. Yes, Missy, that's what we're about to do, but we're gonna do something a little extra special. We're gonna make this even more luxe. But God damn, this is so much work. This is so much. I mean, I feel like my Fitbit is gonna come on and say, "Are you working out again? Twice in a day?" Like, as I said, this was gonna be the hardest part of this meal, the most time in this meal. Because the way this thing is like, smash it like a basketball. Huh. I'm going to look that up when I get off because I have a couple of other meals that I want to try with cauliflower. And I can't be doing this. But stick with me on this. You guys, you're gonna be like, damn, that does look like she got that from a restaurant. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, let's be luxe about our dinners. Let's not come home to meals that look like, what? Who cooked this? Or who didn't cook this? Let's not come on to lean cuisine. Like I went to my, in the fridge at work, you know, the community fridge. We have a couple of big fridge in the community portion. And I saw so many lean cuisines in there today. And I applaud people trying to do better, but guys, that food is no, ma'am. You couldn't pay me. You could not pay me to eat that. I'm sorry. It's just the food don't taste good. I don't care what sauce they put on it. It looked like it needs to still be cooked half the time. I just think we make our food and we'll make it how we love it. We'll eat it and it could still be amazing. All right, hard part done. Let's knock this out in seconds because we're about to be finished. I'm just gonna clean my board a little bit. Man, my dog is going ham on the cauliflower down there. Okay. My shrimp. Who came on here and told me about don't forget your shrimp? Stalk down on the table and grab it with both hands. Okay, I'm gonna try that, Gary. Thanks for that. Let me show y'all this shrimp. I'm gonna show y'all from the let's just be about this. Can we see this right now? Can we see what's going on? Yeah, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Come through. Okay, so we don't want the shrimp to get rubbery, but listen, I eat with my eyes. So what I'm gonna do, just for seconds, I'm gonna broil the top. Seconds. Because I want that fajita going. So let me put that back in here. Now, when I broil something, I always forget about it until I smell. Like, what does that smell? But y'all know how broiling works. The minute you put it down, it's going to turn. So we want to make sure. So I'm going to be counting down in my head how much time is in there. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to add some olive oil in here, and I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Nothing fancy. I'm going to add some garlic actually. And that will be it on this, but nothing too fancy yet. Okay. It smells, thrifting Atlanta, it smells amazing. Enjoying your show from Trinidad. Oh my gosh, hey Trini. You know I'm from Trinidad too, right? Approximately how much time do we cook the shrimp in the oven? I love cauliflower. You cook it until it turns pink. So you just have to, just a few minutes, because you know how shrimp cook. Shrimp be saying, listen, I don't need to be doing the most. I'm ready or half the time. So I'm gonna put a little extra garlic, because there's gonna be some garlicky cauliflower. Okay, a little more oil, drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. As I said, this is the hardest part, and then I'm gonna show you this trick to add some more. Where is my salt? To add some more protein, because that's what we're trying to do, layer protein as much as we want. And we're going to do that. And just a nice good shake. All of this stuff could be done nights in advance, literally. So I'm doing it here to show you, just, you came home, you're tired, work has stressed you out, and you want to eat like, you don't want to eat like a pauper. You want to eat like a luxe, nice, amazing dinner. I'm just showing you how easy it is here to do. Okay, check the shrimp. Thank you. All right, we have about 30 seconds left on the shrimp. I want to get that charred look. You know, the one that you would get when you go to Chili's and you get a fajita. That little, okay. All right, I checked it, guys. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to keep that just a couple more seconds going, because my rack is not directly under the fire. Okay, so here's my cauliflower. The cauliflower does smell good. It's a garlicky cauliflower. Add as much or little garlic as you want. I'm going to add a little more, because we're going to go all in on this one. Okay, all I did was olive oil, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Shake, shake, shake. And then I'm going to put it out here on my thing. Just a little olive oil. Okay. Oh, this looks beautiful. Okay. All right. And there we go. So this is our layer. Okay. Put it on the side. Let me take out our shrimp fajitas. And then, yep. We know it's not too dried up, because, look at that. How much would you pay? How much do we pay for shrimp fajitas these days? How much? Because technically this was £1.50. I paid, I think, about $12 for the shrimp. 2 bell peppers were on sale for $1. And I had our red peppers here. So, and that's going to give me my high protein. Could you use grated garlic if you don't? Of course. Of course. It will actually be even more, because if you use fresh garlic, I am trying to do things super quickly, but if you want to use fresh garlic, you got it. I'm going to turn on the light so you guys could see this. Okay? And this, as I said, shrimp is going to get you over, we're going to do shrimp, 23 grams of protein in a serving. I'm about to do 2 serving, hit that off before I go to bed. My muscles get up the next morning saying, thank you, Ayana, for doing me right. I get back in the gym and I'm about to lose a pound or 2 for the week. I'm telling you, easy peasy. Okay, so last meal we're making, I don't remember how to say this, but I did swai fillet. Can you see that? Okay, or swai. I'm not sure how you say, But the fact that the florets are facing down is triggering. That is too cute. Mary Major says, nice looking kitchen. Thank you so much. Use whole cloves in the skin. No, you will do basically you're going to, if you're going to peel and take out from the clove, smash it, chop it up. No skin. Because then you're going to have to do the extra work of spreading it after. So you might as well do it all one way. It won't burn that way. Use, Mary says, what won't burn in that way? Did you wash the car? No, so I did not, because this one it was an organic one that says washed and ready to use. So I did not. It wasn't one that came loose, if you know what I mean. But this one was organic, washed and ready to use. Hopefully they washed it for us in true, but okay. So here's what we're gonna do for this one. I'm gonna run through this one really quickly. As I said, this is the fish. You could use tilapia if you want to, okay? I'm going to rinse these though, the fish. And then once again, we got pat dry and pat dry. So right next to you, I am rinsing my fish. And then I'm going to pat dry so that I could get as much of the moisture off. And I'm doing 6 pieces because we're gonna have 4. Remember, we're cooking for dinner and lunch. High protein, okay? High protein, we're cooking. Now, these, let me find out, let me get the exact things for you. Alexa, how many protein is in swai fillet? Let's see if we can get that.
From Nutritional.com. A swai fillet has 15 grams of protein, about 30% of the amount you need every day.
So these are about 15 grams of protein, but she didn't give me how much is in that. I think it depends on how big we're talking about. So I'm just gonna clean this off a little bit, and so we can get this part ready. And now I kept the stove on. You're just gonna move it from broil, and now I'm hitting it at 400 again. And that's what we're gonna cook this on, okay? So we're gonna I'm gonna clean up a little bit. But tonight's cleanup is gonna be super easy because everything was in literally that, oh, it will rock. That beard, you're right. You just have to do some extra work at the end based on what I'm doing with the fish if you want to do the whole one. But yeah, if you want to just have the cauliflower as like garlic cauliflower with that whole clove, that's a snack, a meal, a side, you know? And look at this, high protein and low carbs, right? So we're not even, I am going through a lot of paper towel today. But I just don't want a lot of water because it will defeat our process here. Now, obviously, if I had been doing this on Sunday, like prepping, this would be taken care of. When I do meal prep, I cannot carry the same thing for days on days. Like I've been watching a lot of shows, getting ideas and stuff, and man, when they say meal prep, they will eat the same thing for the next 6 days. I'm like, how? Like I probably could never be a bodybuilder. I cannot, because the way y'all will eat the same 3 piece of chicken for like 16 days, talking about this is what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm like, I can't. My stomach might sue me. My stomach is gonna be like, no, we can't do that. Good night from Brazil. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Okay, so here's the fish. And let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. Are these like, they are. You can use tilapia as well if you wanted to. But this was on sale. That's how we do these things. This was on sale. The tilapia was $8.99 a pound, and these were $4.99 a pound. And what you see me doing is just trying to get as much of. I just rinsed the fish just now because I got these today. I'm just going through it like that. Okay, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the fish actually on the tray to make this easier for myself and easier for cleanup. So here we go. Watch me work. Watch me work here. All right. Now, some of these are up like this. I do want them because the fish is going to be on the beds. Somebody said they're OCD just now, so probably do have the same thing. And I want the fish to be able to be comfy because we're about to make this look like a restaurant. Like, oh, baby. Don't worry. I'm going to be seasoning her. So don't be looking at me like, girl, I'm trying to think. Should I season her here? You know what? I might have to season her on this first and then lay her over there. Okay, let's do that. Let's season her here. Get this out of your way so you see the magic happen. Nothing extra in this too much. I'm gonna just put a few things and a little bit of olive oil and spread that olive oil over them. Nothing big, nothing big. But the reason why I'm doing that is so that I could flip them too, because I want my food to be seasoned on both sides. We're not doing the you bite into it and one side got it, the next side feeling like they got left out. So we're going to put a little more and bring that in and then season it. Okay? Have my towel here. And so salt and pepper, nothing too extra because I'm going to show you what's going to be the extraness on this, okay? So hear me out. Stick with me on this. Nothing too extra. So we're going to be putting some salt down. Flip it. Okay. I have many pieces tonight because I'm definitely taking some of this to work. We're going to work easy and, like you don't have to go out and buy food, but we can go to work knowing like when people look at I go to work and people are always like, damn, your lunch be looking luxe. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, it better. Okay. Yeah, she's just waiting. Okay. So now what we're going to do, I'm not a good cook, but you make it. It's just doing it. And you don't have, if you mess up, so what? You're not selling it. If you mess up, nobody's going to care. Okay, I'm going to use the cauliflower as the bed to lay these down. Oh my God. Look at this. Like, tell me you won't pay for this at a restaurant. Okay, I'm going to have to move some of these guys over because I may not have enough room for all. Okay. So I might just do 5 pieces. This guy is not helping my situation over here. Okay, there we go. Look at, tell me look at this. Okay, I have 1 extra piece. I might bring this guy down. Right? Like this is, we experiment in the kitchen. I'm just going to put that over there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Everything has in there. Now here's the part, the Parmesan piece, but we're going to double up on that protein. So I did the lazy way because as I said, I'm tired tonight, guys. I'm tired. Parmesan cheese already grated. If you don't want to do that and you're like, how dare you? Go ahead. I have the block also, but I'm not in the mood. So what I'm going to do, let's get this guy cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to clean that up. You need Greek yogurt. Now, Greek yogurt If you've been following this, you understand that Greek yogurt is going to be your friend when it comes to the protein. Um, Greek yogurt is just a friend. It's a friend of everybody's. But let me tell you, if you're about that life right now, you need to have several jars in the fridge. We ran out last night, so I'm using one that I bought. Let me get a little. Here we go. You're gonna get a jar. Now, the recipe I saw when I saw this called for mayonnaise. Ma'am, we're not doing mayonnaise anymore. Mayonnaise is not, but we're gonna do Greek yogurt. It's gonna give it still that creaminess that I'm looking for. It's gonna give it that base that I need. And it's going to give it the protein that I'm craving. Because I'm going to go to bed. And if I can hit 40 grams of protein before I go to bed, as I said, my muscle is going to wake up and say, thank you. I'm not going to feel hungry when I wake up. And more importantly, because when I'm eating this big high protein dinners at night, when I wake up, I go to the gym. I do not eat anything before I go to the gym. I work out while I'm, still in a fasting state. Try it. But I never feel hungry because I know at night I make sure that I am getting that amount of protein inside of me. So I go to the gym, and then after I finish, get showered, then I have a high protein breakfast. You can probably put parchment paper on the, I definitely could, and I definitely forgot because this is what I was going to put under the cauliflower. See? But I'm talking too damn much. So, of course, I forgot about it. But yes, you should. I'm going to hope the cauliflower doesn't stick too much. But, as we said, like you live and you learn and you figure it out as you go through. Okay, so what I'm doing is adding the protein powder here. You can make, yes, Zachary, I have been told that, and I was going to do it this weekend. And listen, if I can make that Greek yogurt, they're not going to see my money because, it's too expensive. Is that chicken? What are we cooking, Auntie? Zachary, we are cooking this meal right now is fish. We did 2 protein meals. I did the shrimp fajita, which is already done. And then I'm making a swai on a bed of garlic cauliflower. But it's going to be a Parmesan crusted swai on a bed of cauliflower. It's going to be amazing. Okay. All right. So we have a lot, actually. Let me give another dollop of this because we have so much. We're also going to add a nice amount. Now, Parmesan, protein as well. So it's a good other additional. In this bag, 1 gram of protein for 20 calories, which is not bad at all. Okay, so we're just going to add some more. We're adding, let me get a spatula to mix this in. The one thing I will have to add is I'm going to add some butter. And so this is how you just fold it in. Okay. Obviously, you can grate your Parmesan cheese. As I said, I'm tired. And I don't feel like sitting with a little block of hard Parmesan cheese trying to will it to my needs. So I love Parmesan cheese. So I'm just adding willy-nilly on this. Over to you how much you want to add. Going to add some black pepper. And I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Don't OD now. Do not OD. Okay? Don't OD on the butter. But we're going to add a little bit of butter. I have some unsalted butter I've got. And so we're going to add a little bit of that. Now, you're supposed to really soften this, but I didn't have time. Y'all been seeing me here. I'm tired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate a little bit of it. Yes, grate butter. You heard that right. So I'm going to grate. Where's the butter? Where's the butter? Cut that a little bit. Where's my knife? And so I'm going to, let me see. I am doing I'm doing 3 teaspoons grated. Take the paper off and just grate it right in the bowl. Because I need to, you can melt it too, but if I do this, it will do what it needs to do. I don't have to get it super melted. But I had forgotten to, and so it looks like almost like a Parmesan, not a mozzarella cheese there. Okay. And you just get that in there to bind the, okay. So I substituted mayonnaise for I substituted yogurt for the mayonnaise. And that is Greek yogurt, which is a high amount of protein. Okay. And now we take our little dollops and we're going to get it down there. So I'm just going to put the first one on there. And I don't mind that it's a lot. It's not mayonnaise. Like when she did it, I saw another person do something similar and she did it with mayonnaise. I was like, oh, that is a lot. But I don't feel bad if I do a lot of this with the with protein, with yogurt. I want my shrimp to have, my fish to have like a space above. So I'm lifting it up a little bit. Okay. So guilt-free eating, LUXE. It looks amazing. Okay, there we go. This one needs a little more touching up. There we go. What do you guys think? Let me know if you've tasted something like that. Please don't think I'm criticizing, just thinking out loud. Beard, I didn't hear what you say. I'm sorry. Okay. Knows how to cook. Are you avoiding oil for gluing the fish in a seasoned flour pan fried with the roasted as a puree and some dark greens? Ooh, Beard, that sounds amazing. My grandma used to do the butter that way. Oh, nice. That looks so yummy. Looks good. I would just imagine how it is. What are we making here? What is under the fish to raise it up from the pan? It's cauliflower, garlic. We just cut up some cauliflower and seasoned it with olive oil and seasoned it with olive oil and garlic powder and salt and pepper. Okay, the one thing I'm missing, and I don't know if I have any, is a lemon. Would love, I don't think I have any lemons. I have limes, but no lemons, which is fine. Won't kill it. But here's what I'm going to do because I don't have lemon. I do have a lemon pepper, a little bit of a lemon pepper seasoning. It's salt-free. So I'm just going to top it off just so I could get that lemon flavor in there. And this smells, it definitely smells like lemon. And then we're going to pop this in the oven. And it's supposed to be only for about 10 minutes because this white fish is going to cook very quickly. I have the oven on at 400. Okay. Now, let's talk. Your food do not look good at all. You did not add no seasoning, and I love flavor. If I don't have any flavor, it's not going to be good one. Listen, Queen, that's exactly how I feel. That's why we seasoned it. So this is almost like tandoori idea, baking it with the yogurt. Yes, absolutely. And then with the parmesan, well, yeah, because normally for tandoori, they don't add Parmesan cheese. So this is different, but I've done it like 3 times and it's always been amazing. Can you use something other than cauliflower? You can use whatever you want. You can try maybe, I would say try like just if you like broccoli, you can try that. Could it be good with chicken? You can't cook that at the same time like that with chicken because I think you may have to. Chicken is going to take longer in the oven, so you may want to cook them separately and then build it. Build it on there. Obviously, making the cauliflower and then the chicken. But if you cook that chicken on the cauliflower, you may end up burning the cauliflower because the chicken is going to take long. It's going to need longer. Even before it's cooked. Wish I could have some. Favorite, you can do this though. The point is all of us can do this. Yes, thrifting Atlanta. I think broccoli can definitely be one that you can put underneath there. You could do spinach. The only thing is you'll have to cook the spinach first and then put the spinach in there. Maybe potatoes. Sweet potatoes might be a good one. I might have to try the sweet potato one. Complex carbs. Go with a sweet potato. You know how I feel about that with this type of lifestyle. Sweet potatoes is a mains on everything. So I might definitely recommend that. Now, going back to the fajitas, I'm going to let's pull it together so that we eat with our eyes. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to get my, here's one thing that you have to try to get in your, if you're going to do any of these things. I absolutely recommend it. You want to try the zero carbs tortillas. Okay. So fajitas, if you want that, if we could put it on a bed of quinoa, we could put it on a bed of rice if we want, or you can eat it just like that. Like if I took this tomorrow for lunch, I'm just taking that by itself. Like why even add the additional calories? But if we want to put it on here and make it together, like, how the kids are going to like, let me show you. So this is zero net carb. And I always look for this because I know they be lying, but I look for the keto certified symbol because keto will come after them. The keto folks be ketoing and they're not trying to make you eat an extra carb if you don't have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some cilantro because I'm going to plate this for y'all. Y'all going to act like y'all in my living room tonight. I'm going to plate this. Let's get this going. And then, baby, some avocado. Man, ain't nobody telling me nothing. Nothing. So while that's cooking, let me plate y'all a plate of food. Y'all finish this off with me because y'all were here from the beginning. Y'all were here from the beginning, so let's finish this off. So what I'm doing is, hey girl, old chef here, got to go now, but love your confidence. I like that. Thanks. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but thank you so much. I love the spinach tortillas. Yes. I looked at the spinach tortillas, but the amount of carbs in that thing I was like, man, I'm gonna have to eat that in December when I've gotten to my weight goal. So I'm cutting up some. This is some cilantro. One of my absolutely most favorite herb there is. We're gonna have some avocado. I won't be able to take this one to work with me just because I don't like when avocado gets like, brown, like the look of it. I eat with my eyes and I can't. So this is going to be for tonight. Okay. So we got some avocado there. And we're going to get our fajita. Let me get a plate. Mm-hmm. Let me just act like we were at the restaurant and give y'all it like we at the restaurant. Okay? Because as I said, it's a LUXE We're doing Lux tonight while we're looking out for our body. Let me get some of this on here. This shrimp is come through. Come through. I'm gonna put a little bit. We're gonna do it like we're in the restaurant. You want some cheese, ma'am? Let's add some cheese to that. Let's make it all ready. Because some people like their cheese. Did I buy cheese? Thought I bought cheese. I may not have bought cheese, but this alone. Come, tell me this don't look. Tell me that we're not ready. And then when I eat this, I'm not gonna feel at all guilty. Oh, I had my guys, I did have my lemon, but I'll put some of that when it finishes. I'm gonna add a little bit of heat. So I have some jalapenos. You can't have fajitas without the heat. So I'm just gonna cut up a little bit of that. Damn, this thing is, I'm gonna have to cut in. I'm trying to get a piece without so much seeds, because you know the seeds is where the heat is at. Okay. Okay. Add a little bit of cheese to it. Not much, you know. Let's not add extra calories where we don't have to, but some people like their cheese with their, I'm just gonna, just for a little taste. And then I'm gonna put a couple. What I like to do with my avocado, yes, season everything. I'm gonna add a dash of lemon on it. That's what I do. Sometimes I'll just take a whole avocado to work and then have it with whatever I'm eating. It's a really, really good fat. Really, really, really good fat. So I'll put a little bit. There we go. A little bit of that. And a pinch, nothing too much, pinch of salt. Okay. And then clean our plate. Remember I said Lux dinner, high protein, Lux dinner. Tell me, come on. David, thank you. Yeah, we don't have to eat, like, I just want us to not have to look at the same boring food every day, just so that we can be the weight we're looking, or the fit into the jeans we want to fit into. Look at this, okay? Give me like 5 of So that's and that looks like that's about 2 servings there. I'm knocking out 40 grams of protein there. Easy day. Okay? I'm gonna feel full quickly. I'm not gonna need to eat 5 of them. I promise, because that's what protein is gonna do. It's gonna fill you up, and you're not gonna need to overindulge. Heat helps everything. It does. That jalapeno is gonna be like, pull me in. Spinach makes me think of Popeye the Sailor. It's good for you though. It's good for you. Nosa lindo. We eat with our eyes. You're right. Lucian says we eat with our eyes. I don't know what nosa lindo. It looks pretty. I think that's what that says. We eat with our eyes. I'm just randomly scrolling and see someone wearing my dress. That is crazy. Are you serious? I thrifted this. One of my favorite pieces. You're not oh damn. Lean Vibes just came in with the whole meanness. Like, damn. Okay. I'm gonna take our Shrimp. Okay, so let me show you something. And so we want to make sure we understand this and where broiling and stuff comes in. I'm showing you what's happening with the fish. We eat with our eyes is exactly right. This fish is getting closer to finishing it, but you see how it looks like dead? We're not doing that. So it still needs a little way to go, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to top it off by broiling it a little bit to give it color because we're not eating things that look like it's dead. And the cauliflower's color doesn't help it. Just saying. So give that about 2 more minutes and I'm going to pop it on broil and then take it out. I did find the lemon, so that was good. And then we can do that. But yeah, that is the meal. I want to show you guys the fish so badly. So I'm going to talk until that fish comes out. This is why you need a man. You could have been cutting cucumbers on my, okay. Um, Saludos. Oh, welcome from Lima, Peru. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Attractive, beautiful soul. Thanks. I appreciate the backup on that one. But I'm not here for, to find a man or a woman or anything. I'm just here to show women and men that we can eat amazing, have a luxe lifestyle with our food, even when we are trying to achieve our health goals. And what I am tired of seeing is the videos of boring food day in and day out when they're saying, hey, we need to up our protein and this is going to help you lose weight. Okay, I agree. It will help me lose weight. I also agree that I'm not going to eat it because it looks boring as hell. Okay. Sheila Fairley, thanks for jumping in. Okay, I am going to turn the broiler on now because, as I said, these fish will cook super fast. And that's why I like this because when you're home and you want to knock out a couple of meals, you don't have to wait 2-3 hours. You notice I didn't have to use and a lot of pots and pan. I had a couple of mixing bowls, but everything pretty much on a sheet dish, a baking sheet. And now I could, by the time that fish is done, I'm about to go finish clean up and be ready to have dinner, put things away, put the dishwasher on, and be ready to pack my lunch for tomorrow. So while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna pack away these things. As I said, the fish is on a broiled setting now, and that broiled setting is going to allow me to give it some color. And while I am doing that, you guys can have something to look at because listen, this thing looked like a restaurant made it. Let's be real. Tell me, and it smells amazing. The jalapenos, the cumin, the avocados. If you are looking to add these tortillas, trust me, these taste really good. It's carb zero. No, and the dietary fiber is 12 grams. So you're gonna get something good out of this one, okay? It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. Please taste it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just pack away some things. Because when I turn this thing off, I normally am finishing finishing dinner and ready for bed. So I want to make sure I clean up because nothing worse than when you finish and now you have to deal with a dirty kitchen. So I try to clean up as I go. But as you can see, let me show you. It's not a lot going on in this thing here. Okay, I'm gonna check the fish. Make sure we're good. Give it a space on here. Oh my goodness. It still needs a little bit. I'm gonna bring y'all to the oven because y'all cooking this with me, right? Y'all cooking this with me. So you see how the cheese is getting brown on there. The cauliflower is getting a little color. I'm still gonna give it a couple more seconds in there because I don't want my fish to look like it's still swimming. So we're gonna give it a little bit before it, you don't want it to dry out, obviously. Ignore the trolls. You keep doing you. I just came across your live. Enjoy watching you. I'm trying to learn how to cook more healthier for myself and my family. That's amazing. And I promise you, some of these recipes are when I cook, it's not just for me. Even though I am definitely on my own journey, the kids and my husband can eat the same food, and I don't feel bad that they're missing out on anything because no one is going to say, "Oh, you give their kids too much protein." I mean, I have teenagers. They actually, my son is a basketball player, my daughter is a gymnast, so both of them need all of this every day. I love those tortillas. They have a little stretch and don't. Yes, yeah, newbie mom, you are so right. You are absolutely right about that stretch because a couple of the other ones I've wasted because I'm like, damn, this thing, the minute I put my hand on it, it was done. I need some melanin on that fish. Yeah. Um, it's a white fish though, so you will not get, it's not gonna be black. We'll give it some melanin, but it's a white fish. So regardless of where you go, you're gonna end up having to, it's white. That's kind of it. Is this keto? The meal is cauliflower. Is cauliflower considered a carb? I think not, because that's why we use cauliflower instead of rice, right? Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, is cauliflower considered a carb?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, cauliflower is a low carb vegetable. It is considered a non starchy vegetable. Non starchy vegetables are lower in carbohydrates and calories than starchy vegetables, such as potatoes, corn, and peas. They are also rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber.
And there you go. Low carb. I know we normally use, like, if you want to substitute rice, people do cauliflower rice, and I know in the keto world, I've seen a lot of recipes for keto friendly dishes that use cauliflower. Oh, dang it. Kept it in 1 second too late. So we're going to have to work with this. Here we go. Let me bring this over to the other side for you guys. Hold on. Hold on. So this is the thing with these damn broiling. I always forget I'm broiling. I always forget that I'm broiling. So let me see what we can do. Okay. I'm going to show y'all. This is how cooking goes. Sometimes you get it perfect. Like I got the broil perfect here, and then I got this one a little too much. But Bailey collects. Thanks you. I got my exam back. I got 3 ASBs. Oh, congratulations. I appreciate that. Um, okay. So yes, I had a little too much on the charness, but I'm gonna taste it anyway. Let's taste it and let's see if it still works. But that's what happens when I'm yapping. And okay, so we have, it's, as I said, it's a white fish. So no matter what you do, it's always going to be white. Okay. And then I'm going to get a little bit of the cauliflower there. And it has that, some of the juices already from the cauliflower and the fish. All right. Sorry, I'm going to put you around this way. Mmm. Wow. It, it tastes really good. The juices from the fish and the cauliflower. Mm. Hold on. Wow, that looks amazing. Um. Wow. No, I'm not trying to throw up. It really is good. Hold on. I'm gonna try it. No, because I was afraid that because it burned a little bit, I'm trying it with the. I'm trying it with the 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 yogurt. It was so good. Mm. If you put foil on top and put it in the oven, it will look like it. It'll cook with all flavors and come out okay. I'm gonna try it. It's cooked already. Like everything is cooked. It's just I left it in that damn broiler like literally a second too late. It's really good. Um. All right, Luca, you wanna say good night? Okay. Um. Okay. So it did. Let me. I'm gonna bring it back over here so you guys can see my mistake because we're doing this live together. It really the cauliflower is cooked. The cauliflower tastes amazing, especially with the garlic. And this is some pan juice that's coming from most likely the fish. It is really tender. So the cauliflower taste, it's not hard, like it's not hard. It's really, really good. But um, I damn well left that thing too long. The shrimp is where I should have been at. And so I was talking my butt off, and that's what happened. But we're doing this live. Okay, just this is the realness about it. Am I gonna eat it? Hell yeah. It tastes good. I promise you. It tastes amazing. And so just if you're gonna put color on that, on the shrimp, on the fish, because you want to get some color on it, just make sure you're standing by your oven, okay? And it will cook good covered up with foil on top of your pan. I'm gonna try that the next time. You like the charredness. Some people will like it. Some people like how, but I eat with my eyes and the darkness of it is if it had stopped at like you see how this, let me show you where I wanted it to stop. Like right there. Right? Like right there is where it needed to stop. But what I do like is how the cauliflower tastes amazing. So that is a low carb meal, high protein. Easy, too easy. Um, the charredness is called Cajun. Yes, you can never have too much garlic. That is exactly how I say it. All right, well, I am off. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. 2 meals, Lux meals in this dish. I will be back tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm cooking breakfast, so it'll be a little different than what we're doing here. I think I'm going to do some protein pancakes. Have you had that before? But as I said, each night I'm trying to cook something for the next night and or for my breakfast. I'm going to put my dinner together and I'm going to put my lunch together right now. And so I'll take that out. I'll make a quick breakfast for tomorrow so I don't have to worry about anything. And there we have it. It's such an easy way to stay in shape. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already joined, hit the like. I would really appreciate that. But more importantly, as well, if you would subscribe to my channel as I talk not only about food, but just a luxe lifestyle on a budget, would appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you around on the Thrifting Diva channel. All right. Good night. Thank you so much.